Hi everyone, Paul and Sam. Welcome to another inbox review. Today I've got a review of a kit. I've wanted to buy one off for quite some time, but they're not cheap. And I managed to do a deal with somebody and got one for a good deal. So I've got one of the Alpha models, 1/24 resin kit. So we've got the McLaren P1 GTR. It's a fairly new kit. I think it's only a couple of months old. Beautiful looking car. Like I said, I've been after one of these kits for some time, and I've got my own another one. And a guy called Cade messaged me saying, would I be interested? And I said, I'd love to, buddy. Don't really have the cash right now. And he said, well, what about a trade? So I traded my 12 scale GT40 for this. I'm happy with the trade. Hopefully Cade did as well. He seemed to be. And he was very eager to see me review it. So here we go, buddy. Here's a review of it today. So it's a full resin multimedia kit. So you've got resin, photo etch, screws, decals, everything in there, acetate, the lot. So not a beginner model at all. If you've built any 1/43 scale models, you'll know the kind of thing it is, just on a bigger scale. Sadly, with resin kits, the quality can be quite dire, but from what I've seen of these kits so far and a quick look through the box, this looks to be a very, very high quality resin kit. So let's dive straight into the box and have a look what we've got. Hey everyone, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications, get notified of our latest videos, give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and leave a comment. I do read and appreciate every comment you guys and girls leave behind. I may not reply to them all, but they are all appreciated. And there's a link in the description of the video that takes you to a big long list of all handy videos and a lot of the products I use in my videos. You now have the chance to support the video content creation by using Patreon or the PayPal me link in the description down below. All the videos will always remain free to watch. This is just your chance to help support the videos. Right then, let's see what we get in the box. So they come in these nice sturdy boxes. This one's obviously been open because I already had a look through. We've got a colorized picture on one side, and then on the other we've got like a black and white sketch of the actual vehicle itself. Cool looking car, and yeah, not 100% sure what scheme we're going to do on this yet. There's a couple in the box, so we'll have a look at those as we go through. So inside we've got a bag of PE, acetate, stick decals, all sorts of stuff in there, which we'll have a look at in a little bit. We've got a bag of resin, another bag of resin, another bag of resin. We've got some beautiful resin wheels. We have our body shell in there. We've got some instructions, which will pop to one side as well. We've got another couple of small bags of bits. Got some screws, and we'll look like harness buckle releases. So we'll pop those over there safe, and our decals as well, which I'll have to tip out. I'm going to pop it over to one side, and we'll have everything there ready. So let's start with the body shell. I've already looked at this. I've seen these before. I've seen other people say just how good the resin is on these, and it does look absolutely phenomenal. It looks absolutely beautiful. So looking forward to doing this one. So in here we've got the, let me get it all apart. Got the body shell, we've got the cockpit itself, and we've got our floor pan. So underneath, no real detail on underneath, as I'm going to guess the real car probably would. Now we've got some screw holes there. It's fairly thick resin, but it's not a stick around the back end. So you need to be really careful of these parts because they're quite transparent, translucent. It is perfectly straight. It really is. There's no warpage there at all. Whoever's casting this resin really knows their stuff. But yeah, it's all straight. I can't see there being any issues with that. And like I say, just the under tray. We've got the diffuser at the back, which is lovely. Really, really nice. Not much to really pick up on that. Again, with the cockpit, pretty basic inside until we had all the detail. But again, a beautiful piece of clean, super clean resin. Really is nice and clean. Got the casting blocks there, obviously, but they're not even going to be seen. The rest of it is super, super clean. Maybe need a little bit at the back, just here, to tidy that up. But overall, really good. And then the main body shell itself, which is just absolutely stunning. Top class quality resin mold. And again, it's very thin in places. You can see there, you can see through it. It's thin, so you need to be very, very careful. But very complex shapes on this. The casting is just beautiful. Absolutely, it's almost flawless. Almost flawless. There's not going to be a lot of cleanup required on this at all. It is just absolutely stunning all around. Absolutely beautiful. So I've wanted one of these for a long time, and just looking at this body shell doesn't disappoint. I've had a few resin kits before. I've had a few resin trans kits, and some of them have been absolutely dire, so much so I've sent them back. So to see resin of this quality, you can see why these kits cost so much. That is beautiful. I would say it is almost flawless. Almost absolutely flawless. Got a little mark. Just a little mark there on that wheel arch. But it's nothing, particularly bad. It's just beautiful. I did think yesterday was a little mark in the A-pillar, but it actually looks like a mirror mount, is it? Something gets mounted there, but that is absolutely beautifully cast resin. It really is very, very nice. Top marks for that. That is absolute stunning quality. So I'm going to attempt to put this back kind of where it was. We can figure it out. There we go. I want to wrap it back in its bag and bubble wrap just to keep it safe. So I traded this for another kit of mine, and I got a good trade. And thank you, Cade, very much if you're watching this, which I assume you are. Nice chap. We did a trade for my 12 scale GT40. He was happy. I was very happy. Like I said, I've been after one of these kits for quite some time, so to finally get one is really nice. And I know the next one I want. I want the blue Gulf Lamborghini. That's the one I always have my eye on. But this one looks to be absolutely stunning as well. Let me zoom us back out. So let's put the body shell safely out of the way, back in the box. There we go. We'll grab the wheels next and have a little look at these. So yeah, like I said, I've had my eye on these for a while. I did speak to the owner some time ago, but oh my god, if you message him, you do not get left alone. You get hounded by email, and I ended up having to block him, unfortunately, which I really didn't want to have to do, but it was just relentless. And it's a shame because these are beautiful kits. Beautiful, beautiful kits. And again, just look how finely cast. I mean, we got a bit of damage on the back there, which is a shame. But it isn't the end of the world. There's no damage on the front. But just look how finely cast those spokes are. That is beautiful. And again, they're almost flawless. There's barely a mark on them. It's literally the best resin I think I've ever seen. Again, I've got plenty of resin wheels in my stash. If I can grab a set, I'll show you what I mean about quality and how it can vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. It can be real hit and miss. I mean, so we've got some scale production here, and I like scale production rims. There we go, and they're a very nice wheel. They're BMW DTM wheels, I think, BBS. Very nice, not as clean as that though, but I've got wheels that are just shockingly bad. And they're not cheap wheels, but they just come out terrible. They really are. So with resin, you've got to be really careful, but they are top drawer. It's a shame about the little nick in the back of that one. So what I'll probably do is infill that with a bit of CA glue. Just one of those things. There are going to be problems. That's not a problem with casting. That's happened afterwards. So it's been damaged somehow. But it's on the back. You're probably never going to see it, so it's not the end of the world. But again, the wheels look lovely. Tyres are good. No seams on the tyres at all. Scuff those up with a bit of sandpaper. And again, they're going to look really, really good. There's a little bit of cleanup needed on that one there. Nothing too drastic. And the other two are pretty clean as well. So again, top resin and nice rubber as well. Really nice rubber on the tyres. Let's get you in there. There we go. I'm just adamant to keep everything safe because resin is delicate by the nature of it. Let me zoom back out again. There we go. Now we've got several components in here. We've got some seats. We've got brake discs. We've got the rear spoiler, I'm assuming. Got some engine components, exhaust, intakes, whatever they are. Look like lights, more exhaust. There's a whole multitude of parts here. I'm not going to pretend to know what they are. So we're not going to go through and say that that's the wrong size carburetor. I know this isn't carbureted, but you know what I mean. We're just going to look at the quality of the mould and things like that. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful cast. Again, almost flawless. Absolutely beautiful. Seats are nice. The seats are really nice, actually. They're nice racing seats. So they're going to look pretty cool. Very nice. Obviously, we got two of those. Just got to get the casting block off the bottom. Got what I'm assuming is an exhaust piece with a support bar. And again, flawless resin. No problem at all. Various other components. Looks like center consoles for the interior. No idea what they are. They are things. We've got they spoiler support. That's what they look like to me. Hard to tell. We've got brake discs, which although they're smooth, I don't know what PE we've got for these. We'll have a look at that later. Got the hubs there. Again, well cast. Really nice. More bits. So that looks like it could be intake manifold. No idea. Exhaust, I'm assuming that is. That is beautiful. Very nice tips on that. Really nice. And so on and so forth. For other bits, these must be the light clusters for the front, I'm assuming. And really nice again. Again, flawlessly cast resin. I think it's going to be the story of this kit is just going to be, wow, look at this bit. Oh, look at this bit. Oh, piece of candy. Oh, another piece of candy. It's just going to be a good kit. I knew these would be from the day I've seen them released, and I've seen people build them, and they've gone together, by the look of it, pretty simply, with no real issues. So it's nice to see a company that can actually cast resin well, because trust me, they are few and far between. So very nice. There's some nice parts in there. We've got a bigger bag of bits here. Zoom this out again. So we've got interior parts here. So we've got front. That's part of the front intake, is it? The front splitter. My God, that's a very complex piece of resin. Very nice. And again, flawlessly cast. A little bit of cleanup needed. Not everything's going to need washing as well. Make sure you use some nice hot soapy water whenever you're using resin. Dashboard, again, big solid lump of resin. And again, beautifully detailed. We've got another, whatever earth this thing is. Is that part of a spoiler? You know what? I don't even know what the hell's what. I'm looking at stuff. I've got no idea what it is. But whatever it is, it's very well cast. Again, I'm taking this as like part of the engine bay. Bulkhead. Transmission. It looks like a transmission there almost. Again, let's get the casting blocks off. Get it all nice and smooth. You can have no issues. Got what looks like a door card. Another door card. I've got the sills for the interior maybe. Possibly. And the top of the engine block as well. Quite how detailed the engine's going to be, I do not know. Quite how much of it you can see, I do not know. But the parts look good. Like I said, I'm not an expert on cars. I know a little bit. Fords are my thing. Ford RSs. I tend to know more about those than anything. So when we get to supercars like this, or hypercars, wherever it is, I get a little bit lost. So I tend to comment more on the quality of the parts rather than the actual what it is. Because there's no point me sitting here pretending, oh, look at that. It's the whatchamajiggy valve that controls the boost and earlobes. Because I got no idea what they are. So I just comment on the quality of parts, and the resin is absolutely fabulous. Now we've got some clear resin parts in here. These are always interesting because they're not often very good, and yeah, typical. Clarity is not the best at all. If I can grab something to look at. There we go, some instructions off the Focus RS. I mean, it's alright, but it's definitely not optically clear. But for resin, it's some of the best I've seen, to be fair. For resin clear parts, it's not bad. I think they're perfectly usable, so we should have 2 of those. Which we do. They're very funky shaped headlights. I assume they're headlights. We've got some more clear parts here. They look a bit better, actually. And we've got loads of little bits. I mean, look at the steering column with the flappy pedal gearbox. I'm going to snap those off in a heartbeat, aren't I? You know me, they're going to be gone. But be surprised if they're gone by the end of the review, to be honest. Lots and lots of small little bits. Really nice. I'm assuming we've got more exhaust parts. We've got a steering wheel, which is a very, very nice steering wheel. Like a racing steering wheel. Got more parts there. We got some things there. More clear parts. And then we got some brake calipers and wing mirrors. So there's our mirrors, which are very pretty little mirrors. Then we've got some brake calipers here as well, which are very nicely done. So they'll be the rear ones, and they will be the front. Very, very nice. And again, top casting. Like I say, I don't think there's going to be any problems with the resin in this kit. Obviously, if you are building it, you're going to have to clean it. You need to clean resin and get all the residue off from the casting process, because it will be on there. So you can either use like UMP airbrush cleaner and a toothbrush, which I've used before, but to be honest, with this amount of parts, I would probably load these all into a little tub of nice lukewarm water with some washing up liquid in it, give them a real good scrub, give them a dry, and then let them air dry afterwards. What I would do. So there's that last bit of resin parts, which I'm not going to open the bag because I'm under bloody losing them. There's some quick releases for the harnesses, and we have some look like rivet heads in there. I'm not quite sure what they're for. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. So some nice little parts in there. And another bag we'll get out of the way. It's just a bag of 4 self-tapping screws. Now, we've got a big bag of all sorts of stuff here that I've not opened at all. So we're going to have a look at this together. Oh dear, there's loads and loads of stuff in here. Okay. We've got some acetate for the clear parts. And we've got some decals. Very nice decals. Now, I was told Alpha Models are owned by Hobby Design. They look like Hobby Design decals to me, and they look absolutely fantastical. Clear parts, and I'm assuming, I'd hope, that they have a protective film on them. Actually, it doesn't look like they do. Okay, that's a bit of a shame if they don't, because it's all scratched. But anyway, we've got some clear parts there. There's a few marks on there. I think if we cleaned it all up, it would probably look alright. But this is a weak point on resin kits that I've had before is this. So you got the pre-coloured black for the I guess it's the front screen. You've got side windows, engine bay cover. So there's a few weird marks at the back here. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. There must be a film there. No, there's not. Oh yes, there is, on the back. There we go. So there is a backing film on there. Is there a backing film this side? I'd really, really like it if there's a backing film on both sides, which there is. Okay, good. So there is. So this is held on by the backing, so that's a full sheet of clear that sticks to. And then I'm assuming that that clear there that I've folded back continues onto these parts, and where they've been cut, I separated them. So these should be all perfect. Now I do kind of want to check and have a little look. They are. There you go. Look, there we go. Protective film. Fantastic. So they will be fine. No problem there. So well done, Alpha Models, for that one. We've got some decals. And we've got some very, very nice metallic McLaren decals there. They've got Hobby Design written all over them, even though they haven't. You can tell by the design. And then some metal reflective stickers. These will be rub-on stickers for the wing mirrors. PE, right, so we've got two lots of PE. We've got some brass PE. Don't know if they're for harnesses or what's going on. And we've got some, feels like steel PE. So we've got a very, very nice McLaren plaque there. Got some brake discs, number plates. And again, front rear protective film. Well done. Then we have some very nice... Okay, we've got some different plates. We've got our window wipers. Some other bits and bobs. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to pretend to know what they are. But it's beautiful PE. Flawless on the fret. Absolutely perfect. Made in China. Absolutely lovely. We've got all our seatbelt hardware there as well. And it is the pre-cut PE. My favourite PE. There is no fret to cut them off. It's on the backing. So it makes life so much easier. But there is a lot of hardware there for the harnesses. So, yeah. They're going to be interesting. We've then got some very, very thin PE. Including what looks mesh-like. And some other bits and bobs. So this stuff is like half the thickness of the other really thin PE. And we've got loads of little grills and covers. Again, in this nice, thinner PE as well. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. And then we've got some traditional brass PE. And these are on fret you need to cut out. I'm assuming that that's for harness. It's got to be. It's got to be for the harnesses. So we more than likely won't use that. What diameter is it? It is 3mm. So we use 3mm ribbon on that one. But good to get it in the kit. Obviously, you're paying that kind of money, you'd expect to get it. And then one last bit of brass PE. These almost look like sun visors to me. I might be wrong, I don't know. Tow hooks, and so on. So, lots and lots of PE. It's going to add a nice bit of detail in there. Everything is protected covered, which is absolutely fantastic to see. I'm very happy to see that. So we shouldn't get any issues with the parts being damaged. All being well. So I can get this in here without ruining everything. Here we go. Let's get that in. Let's get that. I think, as I've seen so far, the only thing I'll replace is the brass photo etch for the belts. I'd replace with ribbon, just because I think I'll find that a little bit easier. But nice little bag of goodies in there. Lots and lots to keep you busy. Now, decals. I've had a sneak peek of these, and these look fantastic as well. Very, very high quality. And as you can see, you've got some nice striking orange schemes there. I'll try and find both schemes of these to pop up on screen. This is very reminiscent of the Harrods F1 GTR. With the green, because I know that one's green over yellow, I've seen it. The orange one, I think, is orange over grey or gunmetal, I think. But the decals, they look great. Now, some of it's not... Probably not as crisp as it could be. The instrument display for the steering dashboard, sorry, not steering wheel, could be a little bit more crisper. The Union jacks there, again, not quite in register. Rest of it though is beautiful. The stuff that actually kind of matters as such. I know they all matter, we'll pay for it. But they are nice decals. I don't think they're going to give any issues at all. Nice to get two schemes as well. A nice touch. You don't always get two schemes, especially in the resin kits. I think I'm going to go... I don't know yet. I've had a look around. And I think I do like the Harrods kind of, tribute scheme that they did. But I'm not 100% sure yet. Now, one thing I haven't really looked at in this kit, I had a quick look yesterday at everything else, was the instructions. So there's all the part layout. So we've got 59 parts in total, plus, what on earth is that? I have not seen that anywhere. Where was that? I didn't see that bit anywhere, did you, lot? Oh yeah, it's in with the screws. There it is there. No idea what it is. We'll figure it out. I panicked then, because that thing looked like it was about 4 foot long, when it's not in reality. So there's all the parts layout. So not a huge amount of parts. Probably less than your typical Tamiya kit, plastic car kit. But plenty to keep you busy. Cleanup's nice and simple. Resin is super easy to clean up. You just need to be really careful you don't go overboard with the sanding, because it's super soft. But just make sure you clean it all. It'll be all good. So there's the layout. All the parts are there. So you can go through and double check you've got everything, which we have by looking at that. So no problems there at all. Instructions. I would have liked to have seen a book per se, but these are going to be alright. So how in depth these go, I don't know. Okay, I see how that works. So that rear section there goes on the outside here. So it's given like the back end of the transmission out through the body. Okay, that is the rear diffuser, and the thinner piece is the rear spoiler. I nearly had it right. Okay, so it does look a little bit confusing, but I think once you get your head around it, it's alright. So decals are labelled D. Yeah. And PE is labelled PE. So that's quite straightforward and simple. They're quite clearly defined where they go. It is the decals, the interior. Looking at that little part, see where it went. I can't see. Oh, there it is there. Goes on the back of the engine somewhere. It's not for an air jack, is it? I don't know. Engine now, some very basic painting diagrams. You've got the top of the engine cover. So I don't think you're going to see a huge amount of the engine once it's in, which is a bit of a shame. But I guess it's just one of those. Making the belts there as well. So while I would like to see in a book, they're not the worst instructions I've seen. Some of the resin detail, the resin kits I've had, it's just been, this bit goes over here, and it's just a blurred picture from a window across 12 foot away. So yeah, that looks alright. And then we've got the exterior. Adding all the parts. So the P is for the window. That goes on from the outside. Okay, window wipers. I hate those window wipers. The lights. Front diffuser. All the grills as well. So again, that looks pretty straightforward. You're going to have to sit down and have a look what needs adding before painting. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And then we have the chassis. They are the wheel hubs. Those things. I see. Did I see 2 lots of those? I don't remember seeing 2 lots of those. Where's the back? See, I'm paranoid now about losing bits. Oh my god, I'm not going. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, they're all there. So yeah. So yeah, wheel hubs, your discs, calipers, brake discs, decals, wheels, pretty straightforward. There's one of the schemes. So I think this orange one is over like a dark gunmetal colour from what I saw. If I think on, I'll find some pictures and pop them up. So yeah, it's a very, very cool looking scheme. And then this one looks like a throwback to the Harrods car. So there'll be yellow body, which I've still got the paint for. The green decals. I have made that cut before. I have a Fujimi kit with Taboo decals, but the Taboo decals fell to bits on me, and it went in the bin because the decals were just awful, and it destroyed my mojo. So that is high up, but I don't know what other schemes there are, so I'll have to have a look what there is. There we go then. So, what do I think of that? Are they worth the £150 price tag? It's a lot of money for a 1/24 scale kit. I'll give it that. But for the quality of the resin casting and everything you get in the kit, I think they are worth it. I've seen resin kits for not much cheaper that I've looked a lot worse than this. There's a couple of reviews on the channel. I've had a few trans-kit body shells that I've sent back because they've just been absolutely dire. And if you build car kits and you've had resin parts before, you'll know just how poor some of the casting can be. So to get casting of that quality, which is near flawless, is really good. And I would happily, on preliminary looks, buy another. And I want the blue Gulf Lamborghini. That's the one I've got my eye on. So if this one goes well, and maybe I'll build it soon. I don't know. You know how spontaneous I can be over the builds. Maybe we'll build this quite soon and get it up there. It looks to be a pretty straightforward build. I think it'd be a fairly quick build as well. I think it'd make an interesting video build for the channel, because I don't think I've ever done a true multimedia build on the channel. So it'd be interesting to see. But is it worth the money? I think they are. They're not cheap. I don't understand because, ooh, that's cheap for you. Because I've had a few sarky comments before from people out there about, oh, that's cheap for you, taking what I'm saying out of context. It's expensive for a car kit, yes. Is it expensive for a kit of that quality? No, not at all. So if you're going to nitpick my reviews, go elsewhere, because I don't want to hear it at all. So yeah, fair play to Alpha, which is hobby design, I believe, for top quality everything there, really. I can't think of any fault with the kit. The PE belts, I think I've replaced those for ribbon, but that's a small nitpick at the kit. So looking forward to getting that one underway at some point. I think we'll do it at some point this year. It'll be the next build for me now. Watch, you know what I'm like. If you've got one of these or you've built them, let me know what you think. But there's a few of them I quite happily add to the stash. And yeah, thank you, Cade, for the trade. Very happy about that, mate. It was good meeting you yesterday. Luckily, Cade's not too far from me, so I drove down and picked it up from him yesterday. And yeah, always good to meet a fellow modeler. Yeah, there we go. So hope you enjoyed the review. Got any comments, questions, whatever, post them down below. I do enjoy reading all your comments when you're not being arsey to me. I might not reply to all, but I do read them all and heart them all, so I do appreciate everyone's comments. Like I say, if you built one or you got one, let me know what you think or your thought of it. Are they worth the money? And if not, if you're thinking about getting one, has this helped push you over maybe thinking, I'm going to buy one of those? There we are. So if you want to support more videos on this channel, I've got a Patreon me link down below in the description. There's a PayPal me link there as well for those who don't like to use Patreon. With other donations, I won't be able to do these videos, so any support is greatly received. And thank you very much to all the patrons that have donated so far. Check out Natasha Scale Model Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com. Check out my Paul ISM Facebook page where you can see all my personal modelling work and day-to-day updates go on there as well. Check out Live the Bench page and Off Air Hangout group for all the latest news on those. And the International Scale Modeler GB Buddy Build page as well, where all the current buddy builds get posted up. Thank you very much for watching today. I will catch you all next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.